friends. Welcome to There and to Back again. My name is Logan Greathouse. Thank you so much for visiting me today. I had a friend that reached out to me earlier today, told me he liked the channel, and said that he loved the idea of pipe smoking and smokes a pipe on occasion, pretty infrequently, he said, but he struggles with ADHD, an attention deficit disorder of some kind, or other focus problems. And I thought, well, there's an interesting topic that we need to talk about, is the art of slowing down, because that's what pipe smoking is all about. That's what the hobby is about. Pipe smoking is, well, I've heard it said this way. Someone told me this a while back, that a cigarette is a one-night stand, a cigar is a summer fling, and the pipe is a long relationship. Pipe smoking is one of those things that, as someone that has had struggles with anxiety and depression, like me, pipe smoking has taught me, in a way, this ability to calm myself down. And I don't attribute that to the nicotine addiction or just the habitual nature of it. There's something about pipe smoking that is good for the soul. Sure, you get tasty tobacco. Sure, you get that little punch of nicotine. But there's something about it that is soothing to the soul. Whether you're an atheist or a Christian or a Muslim, we're all here to do this together. And we all struggle with the same types of things. There's a battle that's going on here and here in our day-to-day life, and the world that we live in creates this culture. You know what? Before I jump into that, let me light up a pipe. Today I'm smoking a pipe that a friend gave to me. The brand is Coronado. It's an Italian briar, kind of a sand blast. I don't know if you can get it in there. And in it, I've got Esoterica Pembroke, which is a really fine cut English blend that they top with cognac, which is brandy made in the Cognac region of France. Anyway, I'm not here to review pipes or pipe tobacco, but I am going to smoke some, so bear with me while I light up a pipe. Broke the first match. This is why I usually use a lighter. This is one of my favorite English blends. Esoterica makes fantastic tobacco. Now that soothes the soul. The world that we all have to live in the society that we've created, especially in American culture, it's kind of tied to this fast food state of mind. And I know that may not be an original thought. But when I say it, if you don't know what I mean is this fast food state of mind that we put this high premium on our time. That we pull up to a coffee shop, we pull up to a fast food restaurant, we give our order, we drive around, we throw them some money, they throw us a bag, we're off. We spent no time, we invested nothing but the money that we made in the decision of really what we are eating, the way that it was handed to us. There was no investment in the cooking of it. It was a grab it and run. Because our time is so important to us that we have to fill it up with busy work. Our eating rituals have become busy work. Our workouts, our work, the taking care of our kids. From the moment that you wake up in the morning, you grab your phone. I'm speaking of probably most people in this country. You get up, you grab your phone, you grab your morning coffee, maybe you have breakfast, and you're out the door. You're working all day. You get off work, you run to the grocery store. You go home, you make dinner. You might work out. You might jump online to play a video game. You might immediately call a friend and start talking. You might have to do lawn work. Maybe you're in a band, you got band practice. Then when you're done with that, you get back on your phone until you're too tired to keep your eyes open, and then you pass out. And maybe your dreams are troubled, or maybe you have a hard time finding sleep because of the rhythm that we've created in our life. We have the highest number of people ever on depression medication, anxiety medication, sleep aids, opioids. These things that are meant to soothe us so that we can find that calm in our lives that takes over the mind and the heart. Now I'm getting a little philosophical here, but I think that that's where this lack of attention and this lack of focus lives, is because we are a busy people. The busyness of our lives has somehow been equated to our value as people. What did you accomplish today? What tasks were you able to knock out? What movie on Netflix have you been trying to get to and you finally watched it? When was the last time you sat down and listened to your thoughts and worked out problems to see if you could find the solution to them, rather than seeking something to fill up your time? Busy work. How often do you just sit and let yourself be quiet and work out the problems of the day? See, for me, pipe smoking, I like I said earlier, I have dealt with anxiety and depression for several years, and I've tried the medications, and some of them are good, some of them have worked, but I find I can't really stick to them because there's something about it. I feel like I'm just trying to sidestep. That's not to say, now listen, hear me out. I know that there are neurological disorders that require medication. I'm not telling you that I'm anti-medication. I know people need help, and I would encourage you always to get the help that you need from a doctor. I know that there are genuine psychological problems And I'm just telling you what has helped me. And this is how I have dealt with that stress, with that anxiety, with that depression in my life, and the way that I've been able to find to slow down. I'll use a study. I believe it was, I can't remember the year. I think it might have been 1969, 1970. The Surgeon General he ordered a study of life expectancies of smokers. And there were 4 groups. There was the cigarette smokers, cigar smokers, pipe smokers, and then non-smokers. And the results of the study, they found that, of course, as you might expect, cigarette smokers had the lowest life expectancy. Cigar smokers were next. After that was the non-smoker. And of the group, the highest life expectancy, average life expectancy, was the group of pipe smokers. And they attributed that to the stress dropping in the pipe smoker's life. Because there's something about pipe smoking that causes you to slow down. And the reason I have taken it up as a hobby myself is because as an anxious, depressed individual, the pipe, when I light it, and I know I said I was going to smoke this and I just let it go out. The pipe has allowed it, when I light it, I pay attention to my breath. I slow it down, because if you puffing like a freight train, this thing's going to get white hot. You're not even going to be able to hold the bowl. So you make it a point to draw slowly and evenly. It keeps the bowl cool. But that has another effect, is that it actually slows down your breathing. And what happens when you slow your breathing? Your pulse slows down. Your blood pressure comes down. And your mind begins to wander. And a lot of times, when I light my pipe, and it takes a minute, because sometimes I just want to get those big billows of smoke. That's that anxious brain that's just trying to get through the task. And it's not a task that needs to be completed. In fact, I've let this one go out. And you can light it, take a few puffs, and you can set it down if it gets too hot. Pipe smoking isn't about accomplishing a task. It's about slowing the mind, slowing the heart, and paying attention to your soul. And there's a lot of value in that. And when people want to tell you that your value is tied to the accomplishments or your success or the number of tasks that you complete, I'm here to say that that's wrong. Your value is that you're a human being. Your value is that you're alive today and you're a person. And there's a lot of people in this country who would try and tear down and divide this country based on this belief system or this belief system, or this color of skin or this color of skin. And I'm here to tell you that we're all in this together. We're all one people. We all have the same struggles. We all face the same fears in our life. We all have these anxieties that build up. If you're watching this, you're a person. You see, I said earlier, it doesn't matter if you're an atheist or a Christian or a Muslim or a Buddhist or whatever. Personally, I am a Christ follower. And I look at the story of Christ through the Gospels, and Christ helped a lot of people, the poor, the sick. But he always sought solace in quiet time. And in that time he would pray or meditate, whatever you want to call it, to still his mind, still his heart, and tend his soul. And that is the art of slowing down. It's the tending of the soul working through soul problems, working through mind problems. We have to sit quietly and address the problems of the day. That's soul work. And that will slow you down. When you sit for a minute, you put the pipe in your mouth, you focus on your breath, your mind immediately opens up, and you begin to think about the day, or you think about something, some conflict in your life that maybe needs addressing. That's actually, a lot of times I'll pick up my guitar, because once the chatter of the mind slows down and the blood pressure comes down, well, I have channels for creativity all of a sudden. And I'm not just talking sort of an Eastern style mysticism. This is how it works in my life. I become unblocked in my creativity when I sit down and I have a pipe. Excuse me, I'm gonna relight my pipe actually. Today I'm using matches. I use these Strike Anywhere because they strike anywhere. I like that. Slowing down is an art. Maybe it's a skill. And it's something that's not going to happen right away. You have to practice it. You have to be intentional when you sit down and you light that pipe. You're intentional with the loading of it. You're intentional with the lighting of it. You're intentional with the breath. And be okay to sit. Put the phone away. The phone is such an anxiety-inducing tool. Grab a book. If you need a focal point, do something with your hands. Like I said, sometimes I pick up a guitar. Sometimes I pick up a book. Sometimes I've tried to learn the skill of small engine repair myself lately. And I'll grab a corn cob because it's light and I can clench it in my teeth. And I set to the work. Of course, not when I have like an open fuel line, because that would be foolish. But I let my mind wander. And I work out my problems. I think through issues of my own. I think through political issues and social issues, see where I stand on that. I think about my faith. I think about times maybe that I wronged somebody. I think about forgiveness. Sometimes I think about what tobacco I'm going to smoke next. There's a lot of things that we can work out, that we can solve up here, if we just take the time. And you'll find that there are a multitude of issues that are built up inside of yourself that you can correct. Maybe it's behaviors or mood issues. Maybe it's things that you just need to work through, that you haven't given yourself permission to work through because you filled up your time. Give yourself permission to sit. Take an hour. Take 30 minutes. Take 15 minutes. That's one of the reasons why I have pipes of different sizes, because sometimes I don't have an hour. Sometimes I have 15 minutes. But that 15 minutes is crucial to my day. It's crucial to my sanity. It's crucial to sort of like the small maintenances that keep me going. This is good tobacco. Thanks, friends, for joining me. Thanks for listening to me talk about the art of slowing down. I hope today that you'll tend your soul, that you'll grab your pipe, that you keep it warm, and that you take care of yourself. Thanks for visiting with me today. Take care.